Everyone, welcome back out to another one of my videos. Now, I've got a few things to talk to you about before I enter this video. First of all, the setting. Now, today I've been cleaning out our spare room, which was a music room, as you can probably tell with all the leads before. However, as most of you know, I am actually filming, making my own song at the moment. So I've been using this room to film and record some of my music, which I've started to do today. So I might film a few of my YouTube videos in here. There is quite a lot of mess in here. This is why it's a spare room, but I thought the background was kind of cool. So yeah, my new song, I'm not going to reveal too much about it yet. There will be a preview coming out soon, very soon though, so stay tuned for that. Firstly, I want to shout out this song and the person who sings the song. He's a really good friend of mine and he's just recently dropped his new song. I've listened to this song religiously and you can download it on any platform like Spotify, YouTube. I've actually saved it to my YouTube playlist. And it's called Morning Person and his name's Jayclar. So if you just type in Jayclar, I'll leave his link down below to the YouTube video of his song and I'll leave his Instagram linked down below. And yeah, I'm just going to wait for the ads. And it's a proper catchy song. When you can't speak, when you search it up, it'll come up with something like looking a bit like that. And it is literally, it's called Morning Person, and I listen to it religiously every morning. It's just such a vibe. I'm just going to play a bit of it because I don't think I'll play all of it, because then you can click off this video and go down below, or go type in onto YouTube, Spotify, Jayclar, go listen to the song and then come back on here after, because go show him some love, he needs it. Anyway.
I was still dreaming, cause the images I see are what I'm wanting.
Go make sure you're watching it and liking it, supporting him. I'll link all his stuff down below anyway, his song, I'll link the YouTube link, and I'll link his Instagram down below. Such a catchy song. So yeah, without further ado, that's all I have to say I think for now. Let's get into the video. This video is going to be me talking about my story. I've posted this on my Instagram and people want to see this. I'm not sure if they want to see what my views are on a few things I've been growing up with, or some issues you want me to help with. By the way, my hair's really crazy. I washed it earlier and I did dry it, so it's just gone like this. Anyway, let's get on to the video because this video will be a long one. I've wrote down some topics to talk about in my notes. I'm going to start off with the first topic, which I think this is the start of my journey when I was born. So if you don't know about me, I was born with a birthmark, which is a facial disfigurement, and it is, I'm going to take my glasses off because I don't think you'll be able to see, it is this thing here. Now, I've got makeup on today, so it's not as clear, but it's called a birthmark, and a birthmark is something, it's something which I was obviously born with, but they don't know how you can get it. It's just like one of the rare things where, like, 1 in what? I don't really know the figures. If you look it up, you'll know, but I think it's like 1 in 10 people get it. I'm just going to search it up. The real name for it is a hemangioma. That's a really long name. I'm just going to type in that because it's not coming up with anything, and I don't know how you spell hemangioma, to be quite honest with you. So hemangioma is a collection of small blood vessels that form a lump under the skin. They're sometimes called strawberry marks because the surface can look a bit like a strawberry. Now, that's what hemangioma is. I'm just going to click on the NHS website because they'll know more about it than I do. Aha. Now, I was born with mine, and as I've just said, don't really know why or how. It just happened to me like that, I suppose. I can't remember what I was going to say now. And yeah, I was born with it. And when I was littler, like smaller, and born with it, obviously, it was much bigger than it is now. It was proper big. When I mean proper big, like, this is my eye, and it was like all the way up to like my bottom eyelash. It was proper big, and it was all like brown and like, I'm not going to go into detail because people might think that's a bit sick, but it was really, really bad. Purple colour, like sometimes would get brown, and it was one of them things where it was like sort of like something, obviously I didn't know till I had it until much later on in my life when I've realised how bad it was. But it's something I've just grown up with now, and I don't really think you can see it as much now when I obviously wear makeup. So it's just, well, okay then. I've just clicked on what causes hemangiomas. Experts believe it's caused by certain proteins produced in the placenta during gestation, the time when you're in the womb. So that's how they believe it appears. Now, in terms of treatment for it, I had obviously a lot of operations trying to get rid of the bulk of it. Now I'm just gonna try and see a picture. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you a picture of me with it because that's like quite a sore topic for me, and I wouldn't really want to put that picture all over the internet because it's not a very nice picture. So I'm just going to try and get a picture off the internet. I'm just going to put on the face because it's coming off most things. And if you, by the way, if you don't like, I don't know, bad images, or look away when I tell you to. So, I can't find one which is like mine, but, which is really annoying. I probably should have brought a picture now, probably really. Okay, if you don't like bad images or whatever, if that's not something you want to see, look away now. So kind of a bit like that. Mine weren't as bad as that. Mine didn't go right over my right eye. It was under this bit, and it was really like out here, if you know what I mean. So on that topic of that, I was talking about operations. I had operations to remove the bulk of the hemangioma, and as you can tell, it's now quite flat to the face. However, before it was really like, it was basically like, this is the skin, and it was basically like that on top of the skin. I think I'm not really sure about all these procedures I've had because I was really small. My mum would know more about that than me. So if you want another video of me explaining how I come along with the birthmark, then I'll get my mum in the video. However, I know that I've had laser surgery, which obviously, if you don't know what a laser is, it's a laser light. It replaces all the blood vessels and like sucks them out. It sounds really cringe, really bad. Yeah, it is. And yeah, I had laser surgery. I stopped having surgery, I believe, when I was about 14. But they offered me one more round of surgery to see if they could remove any more of it, and I said no to that one. Because I don't think that, like, if even one bit of surgery would have mattered, because it wasn't like there, like proper bad. And in growing up with the birthmark, I did get stared at quite a lot. When I was younger, when we were on holiday, my mum used to take me to Spain and places like that. That's when I used to do all my travel when I was younger. I've not been travelling since. People used to stare a lot, ask a lot of questions, because people would think it was a burn, automatically think it was a burn, and it wasn't a burn. It was quite a lot of people used to ask that if I'd been burnt in a fire. It weren't that, nothing like that. It was just something I was born with. So in that sort of case, when I was on holiday, more people would stare than ever. And growing up with it and getting to when I was about 12, 13, 14 and going into primary school, more people would ask questions about what it is. In primary school, that was the period where most people asked what it was. I explained to them and then they knew what it was. They didn't ask any more questions. They were more sympathetic towards me. They asked. So obviously my class, I was in primary school, knew about it because I had an operation when I was in primary school and they all wrote me a card and I couldn't go back to school till about 2-3 weeks after, and they all knew about it then. However, going into like secondary school, I got a few people who asked me at the start of secondary school, but nobody asked me about it when I was getting into like year 9, 10, 11. Nobody would ask about it at all because as you can probably tell, you can't really tell that much it's there, and people would just assume things but they wouldn't say it directly to me or ask me questions about it. So growing up with it, it's learnt me a lot about myself and not to judge other people who have similar facial disfigurements, or even if it's on their body. I know people who have birthmarks on their body, like on their legs. I don't judge now, and I don't necessarily judge anyone anyway, but more so people with disfigurements like me, because I know that a lot of people are born with a birthmark still and might be going through the same things I was growing up, or feeling the same way about themselves, feeling really uncomfortable with it. I've just learnt to deal with it. It's just one of them things you've got to power on, and that's always my motto in life, like don't judge others, because when you're in that position and if you have a facial disfigurement, you wouldn't be judging other people. So I don't judge anyone, literally. I don't judge. If they've got something on their face and I can tell that it's on their face, and sometimes people with birthmarks in the past have come up to me or come up to my mum, or their parents will come up to my mum and say, oh, your daughter has a birthmark, my daughter has the same. Like, that's a conversation we've had. But there was a lot of like support growing up. There was like a lot of groups out there for people who have birthmarks and were struggling to identify who they were, and I don't like helping to socialise with other people who have birthmarks and similar facial disfigurements that help them. But I got invited to a few groups, but I never really wanted. They were all in London, I think, or Birmingham, and I never really needed to go because I had my own friends and I knew that what I had to deal with myself. But there is groups out there. I'm just gonna bring up one group which I know and I'm part of on YouTube. Facebook, and I've liked, called Changing Faces. They're a great organisation. They post stories daily on their Facebook page about people who have similar. It's a non-profit organisation called Changing Faces. As you can tell, someone's got a facial disfigurement on there, and yeah, their base is in London. And you can see a lot of people's stories. It won't load at the moment, but there's a lot of people's stories on there where you write in about your birthmark journey or whatever, and they actually publish it on there or on their magazine, and it helps other people to come forward about their emotions. It's a really good organisation. They're not out there for profit. You just type in Changing Faces on Facebook, it'll come up. And yeah, I sometimes scroll through their page and look through other people's stories, and they're going through similar things what I were going through, but they're a bit younger than me, and I try and like help out by. So I did want to write my own story to them, but I haven't really got around to doing it yet. I might do that in the future though, because it does help out a lot. But yeah, it's just something I've grown up to accept about myself. Not, as like I said, not many people ask about my birthmark now. But yeah, so that's all about my birthmark. I'm probably sure a lot of people wanted to know about what it was if you've not seen me before. Oh, bullying, another one. Bullying. Now, I got subjected to a bit of bullying in secondary school. I don't know if it's something I've learned from, or this ties in with like secondary school, and my problems in secondary school. So in secondary school, I went to Holme Lane School. If you went to Holme Lane or if you're at Holme Lane, got quite a few things to say about that place. However, I'm not going to complete that into this video. So I went to Holme Lane. and I joined in year 7 and didn't leave till year 11, obviously. And it was quite different from my old primary school. When I mean quite different, I mean I wasn't very academic. I wasn't really expecting it to be so, I don't know the word, it was so like harsh, like all the rules were so, for me what sounded weak, like too much, but for them it wasn't a lot. Oops. And yeah, they had quite a lot of rules in place. I wasn't really, at primary school I didn't really give a poo about the rules, but when I went to Higham I had to adjust quite quickly, because all them people who usually went to Higham didn't live around near where I lived. A few people did, which I later became friends with, and they lived near me, but most of them didn't live nowhere near me. And yeah, when I don't really have any stories about year 7, that's where I met like 3 or 4 of my friends, 7 or 8, or year 9. Going into year 9 I met a few of my friends. Now I never had a real strong friendship group all through school. I had quite a lot of friendship issues, to say the least. I had a fair few. Maybe that was because, I don't know, I didn't fit in with the right people, or they weren't the right crowd for me. I just didn't really get on with them. There was quite a lot of drama, quite a lot of gossip, quite a lot of bad things going around which weren't true, and trying to tell people that weren't true, that's something you've apparently said which isn't what you've said, is quite a big topic in itself. So yeah, I flitted means like I went between like at least 4 different friendship groups. Now that sounds really bad. I didn't use them, I just didn't really want the drama. However, now learning from it, now being 17 years of age, I am only friends with 2 people. Now Luke and Charlotte, them 2 people I hang around with at college, that's it. I don't go with big groups now, because that's the reason and the lesson I've learned from secondary school. Anyway, I had quite a few friendship problems. It resulted in me not showing the real me, not my true character, which was quite funny, outgoing. I was quite shy, and it turned nasty quite quick in like year 9, 10. I fell out with a few of my best friends. Well, called them my best friends, that's a different story. They would turn against me and start saying things about me, and it was quite nasty quite quickly. So I managed to spend time with someone in my form group who I knew because she lives, still to this day, about 5 doors up from my house. And she was quite nice. She was quite different to my friendship group. She was like into reading. She was quite intellectual, and I was not intellectual. But we got on quite well. So I hanged around with her a few days at school. But then I got bored, hanged around with a few of my friends. But then I realised I got moved English classes away from my friends. I got moved up a group in English, and the person who was in my English was the person in my form who lives down the road from me. So we got closer. We started walking from form to English together, and we would get closer that way. And I just really liked her as a friend. I thought she was different to all my other friends. She was quite a good influence on me. So yeah, when I moved into a new English class, it was quite scary. I did not know anyone I knew a few people in there, but I'd never spoke to them before in my life. And not being with my friends, it sort of put me out of my comfort zone, and I just didn't feel right for like the first 4 weeks. And the teacher would often ask me questions in front of everyone, and I'd not speak at all, not answer, because I'd be quite shy. However, going more into year 11, I'd start putting all my time into my work more. Like I'd rather more settle down and do my work and like do homework and stuff wherever. Like in year 7, 8, 9, I never did any homework. I was a bad kid. I didn't stay in most classrooms. I used to walk out of classrooms, get really annoyed, slam the doors, throw out my stuff, all the things like that. But when I got into year 11, things sort of changed for me. I sort of went home and started doing a bit of revision. Didn't do as much revision as I should have for my exams. I do admit that, because if you're in your exam year now, or you were in your future, you know what if you were like ages ago, you'd know what I mean. I did not put the work in for my exams as much as I should have. I do regret it. However, I don't think there was anything for me being a low academic student to do any more of, because I didn't get the help I needed. All down to that fact. But my high school experience did teach me a lot about bullying as a whole, because I did get bullied quite a lot, and I don't really condone bullying. Bullying's not nice. You're making someone feel really bad in their mental health, and that's not a good thing to be doing to other people. But everyone says if you were people who were bullied turn into the bully. I was bullied. I am not turning into a bully. I don't condemn that behaviour anyway. But yeah, also talking about fake friends, I moved to college and I met some new friends. I met Charlotte and a few other people, but I fell out with them now. So yeah, that's the tea on that. But moving to college, I didn't talk to any of my friends from school again. Even in the summer holidays, I didn't talk to them at all. Cut them off forever. That's the way I want it to be, because I don't want to talk to them anymore. They're not the people I want to be spending my time with. Going into college, I met my friend Luke. Luke, I've known since primary school. He's my 8-year friend. 8 years we've been friends, and I met him. He's on my course now. And then we met Charlotte. Charlotte is my best friend. Literally, I've never been bonded with a girl as much as I've bonded with her in such a short period of time. So that says something in itself. And yeah, so yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. But if you're going through similar situations and your friends haven't talked to you in a long time, or they don't put as much effort in as what you do, cut them off. They're not worth it. You go to college and you can meet new friends, new people, then realise they weren't worth shit. So yeah, loving yourself. Now, next topic is loving yourself. If you don't like the way you look, you can't love someone else the way you, because you need to love yourself. My motto is, not a lot of people agree with this motto, but you've got to love yourself before you can love others. That's what I've always said to myself. If I don't love myself 100%, then I can't love someone else 100%. That makes sense. So, loving yourself, tips to love yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people, because you're you for a reason. You were born on this earth for a reason. You know, you're whatever your name is. I'm Kirsty. I'm not Angelina Jolie, or I'm not Kim Kardashian. You know what I mean? I can compare myself to her, but I'm not ever going to be her. So that's just like something you got to put in there. Anyway, tips to love yourself. Just surround yourself with the right people and the right help. So surround yourself by people who tell you you're gorgeous or you're pretty, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this and you don't think that about yourself. I'm sure you are. And just basically keep telling yourself you're good at the things you're good at instead of the things you're bad at. Because if you keep surrounding yourself with losers, then you're never going to be a winner. If you surround yourself by winners and you surround yourself by yourself, then you might get somewhere bigger. So I always say surround yourself by winners, and then you'll be the winner. If you surround yourself by losers, you'll be a loser. So yeah, tips about loving yourself. Just surround yourself by the right people and don't compare yourself to others. Just do things you enjoy doing, even if that's just putting makeup on. You don't probably need makeup, but you like to do it. Do whatever you like doing. You know, you can do you. But yeah, just learn to love yourself. Everyone has in terms of insecurities, everyone has an insecurity. It's nothing new nobody knows about. I have my own insecurities. You might have your own insecurities. As much as I say to myself, I'm not going to tell other people my insecurities, because that gives me a subject to hate online. Don't tell everyone your insecurities, because they'll start hating on them insecurities and it'll make you feel worse about them. However, tell your friends about them if you trust them. Tell them, the people you trust, your insecurities, but don't go on YouTube if you have a channel or Instagram and go, oh, I'm insecure about my face, because people will start going, oh, your face is ugly. They'll start doing it more just to make you feel more insecure, because they don't feel secure about themselves. So don't go out there and go, oh, this is my insecurity, because people will pick on that, and then that's kind of your fault. But tell your friends, your loved ones, your family, and then they can help you with them insecurities, or just learn other ways to deal with them yourself, because I've dealt with some of my insecurities myself. I'm not going to mention them, but I do. But one of them is I'm smiling more this year. I've never smiled in pictures before. I don't smile in pictures, but I'm smiling. Anyway. This video has been on for half an hour. I've been talking for a long time. Oh, this is a good one. Projecting the right image of you and the true you. Don't put out an image of a false image of you, because people will start thinking that's you when it's not. So in terms of that, I mean, if I put a picture of myself, I don't know, I dress up like Billie Eilish and I'll put hardly any makeup on, and I'll go and post a picture on Instagram, people are not going to think that's me because I don't dress. Well, in terms of this, I'm dressing in a jumper at the moment, but usually I don't put Instagram pictures of me in baggy clothes or no makeup. So that's projecting a bad, not the image of me I'd like to project onto the internet, if that makes sense. So don't go and pretend to be someone else when that's not you. Don't pretend to be someone else if that's not the true you. Like, if I post a picture of this, people will know that's me because this is me, you know. So yeah, just project don't project yourself in a bad light. So don't pretend to be someone else when you're not that person. So yeah, about that. That's that, because I don't think I have anything more to say about that. I've gone through quite a lot of these. Not being in love at the right age. So I'm 17. I've never been in love. This is quite a thing I like to talk about, because even though I'm 17, I'm still quite young. Most people have this pressure or this stereotypical view that you have to be in love because my friends are in love. No, sis, no. That's not the way it works. You'll find the right person who's suited to you down to a T when you're ready, when you least expect it. If I'm sitting here and I'm going through all my dating apps, which I don't have, and I'm trying to find someone, that person won't come. They won't magically just appear on the screen and come through the screen at you. You've got to wait and give it time to meet the right person. Just going out into the street isn't going to meet the right person. You could meet the right person, but you only meet the right person when you're ready to meet the right person. If you're putting in the work in, the effort in, and you're ready, why not? Go for it. But if you're not ready, then don't make out you're ready for a relationship, because that can lead someone on, make them feel like you're into them when you're really not, and you're not ready for that, but you just want someone to talk to. So in that way, like, it's okay to talk to boyfriends. When I mean boyfriends, I mean boy and your friends. It's okay to talk to boys as friends, but don't lead them on if you're not ready to be in a relationship or anything in love yet. It takes time. We're really young. We've got the whole of our lives ahead of us to meet someone. I'm in college. I'm doing my own song. I'm doing YouTube. I've got quite a lot of things going on at the moment, and trying to combine it with quarantine. It's quite a lot of meeting up with friends and family. I've got quite a lot of things going on. I'd rather wait until I'm a bit less busy or more thinking about getting a relationship, because I'm not at the moment. But yeah, if you've got a girlfriend or boyfriend, keep her. You know, you don't do anything to disloyal. Literally, loyalty, something goes up for all the time. So yeah, on that note, I think I'm just going to end this video, because this video is going to take me ages to load it back. Also, I'm just going to include something in the last bit of this video. TikTok. Now, TikTok to me is a funny app where I can upload funny videos, or the local trends, which could be funny, or I intend them to be funny and not taken serious. But I've got quite a lot of people commenting really negative stuff on my TikToks recently. TikTok's just an app. Well, I use it as an app just to be funny, and when I'm bored, really. And I've got quite a lot of negative people commenting on my stuff, like, what's your face in this picture? But it's not used. You shouldn't be using it to put hate at other people. You should be using it in a good way, or not to comment on other people's videos, hate, or in my eyes, because I only do it for fun. I'm not doing it because I want people to comment hate. You know what I mean? So if you're commenting hate and you watching this now and you're commenting hate on people's videos, don't, because most people, like, hate's not good anyway, and bullying ain't good anyway, and I don't condemn bullying. So don't do it. You just make yourself feel better, because I've actually now had to private my account because I don't, and turn off all the comments because I don't want people commenting bad stuff on my account, because it can make me feel a tiny bit annoyed and sad. But yeah, my videos, I just post videos like this just for fun. It's not nothing serious, and people take it so seriously, but it's not. I don't do it to be serious anyway. So I'm not going to be mentioning my TikTok in any of these videos anymore, because I don't want people commenting bad stuff on my TikTok. It's become a thing where people are commenting. So I've addressed it, and I'm not going to be letting people comment on my videos anymore, which is a shame, because you've ruined it for all the people who comment on my videos, my younger people who comment on my videos, and you've ruined it for them. So don't do it. And yeah, on a lighter note, make sure you watch out for my preview, which will be of my song, which will be coming soon. And from me. Also, my DMs are always open if you any of these problems in my video you've come across or you need help with. My DMs are always open. Snapchat, kcasson93, Instagram, kirsty.x.xox. Message me on Instagram, or drop your Instagram down below here if you need any help or assistance, and I'll message you. So yeah, from me, make sure you like all my other videos, and yeah, peace.